start. We are inceptioning this bad boy today just for fun. I'm not going to be live forever, but I figured let's have some fun. All right, let me turn that off. Cool. Get that over here. Cool. And we're doubling up. For those of you that are regular, you can, dealer's choice. You can go here or you can go here. If you want to try here, you can leave here, but you don't need to leave here if you don't want to, but you can try here. What in the hell is he talking about? I just brought up my studio and it is playing. Let me test the sound here quick. If you want to try here, you can leave here. All right, it works. It's really red in here. I'm gonna go with it. Go with it, or do I fix it? Ooh, that's bad. That's bad. I still need to set up that light. I haven't done that yet, and I don't know why. I bought some mount for the wall. Haven't gotten to the wall mount yet. So I've got a dual live going right now. Edwards. Can I play? Kenman is live. What's up, Edyard? The old Ed Yard. I have a dual live going right now. I just brought up, just for funsies, to see if it pushes one or pushes the other. I am actually horizontally live. Sure. So if you have multi-screens right now, you could totally multi-screen this, except for the other live is going to be like 15 seconds. Let's try it. Hand up, hand down. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. I'm alive. 10. So my other live is 10 seconds behind, and literally no one is watching that one. But we have 14 of us in here. What's up? I have some unboxing to do. I did kind of, if you were in the live last night, sorry, my hair is all over me. If you were in the live last night, I had the lovely Donnie from Blessed Knives as a guest. I sound like I'm in a coffee can. Edwards, go to the channel and open up my horizontal live and tell me how I sound in that one. Tell me how I sound in that one. This one, I sound like I'm in a can. My audio and my phone has not been great. What are you up to tonight, Brian? But I did get a new microphone. Right there. Look at this inception. We're up there. We're down here. Here's my studio. I don't even need to see all of this. But yeah, I got a microphone, so now I'm moving up in the world of my live streams. Are you in a can? So it does. It just sounds that bad, huh? I'm gonna hold on a second. I want to hear it. So it does. It just sounds that bad, huh? I'm gonna hold on a second. I want to hear it. It doesn't sound that bad to me. Went to flip the clip on a new knife and one of the holes, one of the holes wasn't threaded. Oh, you're repeating me. It's like a parrot. So, wait. Went to flip a clip on a new knife and one of the holes wasn't even threaded. But was there a screw in there? And somehow like the screw was in there and just not falling out? Or what? That's fascinating. So what is YouTube doing right now? Are they not pushing I just went through puberty, like a second phase right here on the live stream. Right here on the live. How does that work? I mean, I'm kind of old, but I guess I can still go through the trials and tribulations. I could. So, do I leave this one on? I leave this one on. This one's winning. Oop, now we have 3. I'm here now, says Brian. The left-hand side, one liner hole was threaded, one was not. Oh, okay, so it didn't have the screw. So it had the 2 screws on the righty side, the 1 screw on the lefty side. You took it off to swap it. Went to put the 2 screws in on the lefty side, and the inner hole did not have threads. Wow. Wow. Have you reached out to said company yet? And they forgot to tap the liner. I mean, what knife was it? What are we looking at here? What brand? What company is it? So what happens? I'm just doing some tests here. That one's Dylan Mallory. They might be named after the German word for king. For those of you. If you think about it, cheese is just a loaf of milk. Yes. Yes. What's up, Dylan? How are you doing? I'll be right back. I gotta turn my fan on. It is hot. What am I testing, Dylan? Oh, I'm live. I just wanted to see what the algorithm would do. I am also, like, if you look here, this is my vertical live right now. So I am vertical live and horizontal live at the same time. Sounds sciencey. What, the vertical and horizontal live or the cheese loaf milk? Ooh. Ooh. I wanted to see what it would do to the algorithm. I mean, I don't know how much I can really screw it up already, because it already sort of doesn't like me, or it does. I don't know. YouTube algorithm is interesting. Lately, I haven't been getting as many numbers. Maybe my quality, maybe my videos aren't interesting and people aren't watching. I can't say, oh, just because I make videos they should like get tons of views. Some people aren't interested in knives, or sometimes I try to watch some other videos. I saw one. The algorithm doesn't like any of us, right, Dana? Well, that's not true. That's not true. I took a screenshot today, which I can't show you. It's on my phone. I can't remember the name of it, but it was a channel I'd never heard of. It was a knife channel. What was the name of it? I can't remember. But I'd never heard of it, never seen anything from them before, never, because the name was distinct enough that you would have recognized had you watched something from them before. And anyway, they had posted a video about, and it was like, it wasn't even that interesting of a, as a knife lover, the thumbnail wasn't all that crazy, but it had like 13, he only had, I don't know, he didn't even have a ton of subscribers, but this video had like 13,000 views in like less than 2 hours. I can tell you how many of my videos have 13,000 views out of my 2,000 videos. There's only a couple of them that have more than 1,000 views, and this guy's got 13,000 of them with a not very interesting thumbnail. Like, how did he get all those views in like 2 hours? You know what I mean? That's interesting. It is interesting. Dana says it won't tell me when you go live. Well, I'm live twice right now. I like the full screen version better. I agree. I totally agree. Who knows? KC got a ton of traction on a short about the paraframe. The paraframe. Well, he got that. Wasn't there one? Wasn't it a Poikilo or something that he had one that got a couple million views? My buddy streams games and he does both, but he tries to talk most people from the vertical to go to the horizontal. That's interesting. So if you're watching vertically right now, you can go to the channel. I can even go as far as this. I can go copy, and then we'll place the paste here. Wow. And then I can pin that. I'm not the first one. Other people have seen do this before. But I don't know, I was bored and I was like, I'm going to go live for a little bit. Let's have a little fun. So right now, that link, if you're here and you've never hung out with me before, I am also live with better sound and more screens on that link right there. All the real MFers are in the other chat. Ha! There's only 8. There's 18 in here, and there's 8 over there. So but those are the 8 real ones. Dana and Dylan and Brian. Brand New American, you're not over there. You're definitely a real MFer. Really? I don't know. I don't know. But how do I do this? Because if I want to open and check out these knives. So I bought this one off of Fred. What do we think? This is the Remet Meteor. The Remet Meteor. So we have a bolster lock, right? So you got your bolster lock close. So I can open it, get in there with my thumb, hit the bolster lock, drop it down. But it also has a button actuated bolster lock. So I can now hit this button. And so now you got the button right there. I can swing it and open and close with the button. Because that button will make the bolster lock do its thing. Boom. I love it. But Marco, by the way, Marco, we are the cool kids. Everyone's making the change, making the transition. All right, there it is. There it is. Did I make a good purchase? What do we think about this? Dwayne Letterman. Well, let's talk Friday. What is happening, my man? Boosh. Clint Crosby, I got Livewire today. Really like it so far. Even the pocket clip. First Livewire. I don't know if have I held a Livewire? I don't think I have. Oh. And Valley, don't hurt yourself. How do I've done this a couple times where I feel like it locks up on me as a righty. I think I just suck as a righty for flicks. I really like the way this flicks open. The button works good, swings out. It does have the front flipper on there. Bow. How much is the live wire? Is that like 200? Boom. So the newer Romet, I always forget, Meteor. The Romet Meteor. So yeah, Fred sends me knives to check out, and I've definitely purchased a couple of them from him. Anybody got one of these? It's pretty cool stuff. It's around that. You traded for it? Right on. What did you trade for it? Yeah. I want to know. I want to know all. What's up, Donnie in the house? My man, Don. We had a good live last night. If you have not seen or you did not watch, I recommend it. It's a good 3.5 hour little chat between me and the man, Donnie Bless from Bless Knives. Laser Ghost, or is it Ghost Laser? Laser Ghost. Coming soon to a theater near you. Boom. Boosh. I love this. Clint's got that TRM Bulldog. It didn't fit your hand good. Oh, no, you traded the TRM Bulldog for it. Didn't someone just tell me today that they were carrying a Bulldog? I think it was the response in one of my shorts. I got a response in my shorts. You guys all want to help me out. I'm going to push this every once in a while. I don't push it much. Like and subscribe. Always, help me out. Tell a friend. But I do a short every day with a daily pocket check. And in that daily pocket check, I open up the knife. I show you the knife. I put it away. And then I say, what are you carrying today? If you really want to maybe help my algorithm, just once a day, find that short. Go in there. Watch it. Like it. And then leave that comment saying what you are carrying that day. And then I'll reply and say, oh, that's a sweet knife. Or, oh, why would you carry that? And then maybe it'll help boost some algorithms and we can get crazy like a crazy in here. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to rearrange here a second. Table. I need to fix some stuff. Because I rearranged some things to try to get it to work with Donnie and made a mess of my studio because then I tried to get it to work with it. It was okay. Jim, 940 Osborne in your pocket right now. If I am definitely not really looking into any Benchmades in the near future. But if I was, an Osborne would probably be the one. They're cool. I like them. Did you guys see the one? Was it an Osborne that Tri-State posted today? It's got a reblade on it with this crazy, wild, different blade. Pretty cool. Think we could take those guys on the vertical? Bet. Well, right now it's competition. 18 in the vertical, and we got 11 in the horizontal. So right now, ba-ba-ba-whoosh. Voodoo, you do. What's up, Dave? What about the voodoo? Happy Friday, all, says Robin. Happy Friday to you. Who? You. I'm lost. Okay. So here we go. Postponed. All right. So what I'm going to do, for those of you that are on this vertical right now, I'll give you a little behind the scenes tour. All right. Welcome to Kenman Land. Here is Studio Station B. There is no A. No, there was an A, so this is the second location. I had some echoing issues, so I added up that fun sound dampening stuff right there. We got the Cougar running on overload. She's a cooking. She keeps it all stable for us. I got my little secretary here with a nice little station for some fun. Bunch of crap down there. I got my top 15 over here. Well, actually, it's my top 5, but there's 15 in the top 5. Looks like some of them are missing because they're on the table over there. And we got the shelves. Kevin Smith and Knives designed some of these racks for me. They look great, don't they? What are you guys looking at over there? Oh, hi. Oh, hi, Mark. Got that one there. Got a nice little set. Justin, let me in. Let me in. You're in. But if you want to change locations, all right, I got to loosen this, give it a little twist. All right, so we are now moving the vertical to here. You can see this is the vertical. That, shooting down here. Boobop to wop. Okay. Why are we doing this? I don't know. All right, it's wait. It says 4 up there, 13. We gotta keep a record of the count. I gotta refresh here. 15 on the vertical and 13 on the horizontal. Okay. So let's get these open quick. I wanted to get some stuff going here. I got things to do. And then I got all sidetracked and did a double live instead. Whatever. 3 knives from Fred. These are like the Fred pass around. So we get to check out some stuff, see what he's up to. I'm not pandering the vertical crowd. I'm pandering to you, Dana. It's all for you, Damien. It's all for you. What movie is that from? Okay, so which one do you guys want to see first? Poikilo 1, Poikilo 2, Spark. And do you say Poikilo or do you say Poikilo or Poikilo? I say diagonal. What's up, Grateful? How are you tonight? What's the good word on the street? All right, so boom, 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 boom. How do we get these to look? Oh, I see. I can go like this. You must think about these things. I feel understood. Piccolo? 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 Mr. Dong. I love that. Grateful. That might be your new. Maybe I've never seen that and I'm missing it. But Mr. Dong, that's great. The streets are long. Vertical feed is behind. All right, I do that now. I can check both hands, or when my hands. Oh, right now it looks like the vertical is ahead. The vertical seems to be a few seconds ahead of my screen over here. Oh, quite a bit. Okay, so here we are. I have knives. This is my recent purchase from the Fred. If you want to see my other recent, or my last, because like I said, every time Fred sends me stuff. What are you up to, Gonzo? Happy Friday. I got the Ramette. The time before that, I picked up the Lemmafish singing knife. Get that up on the microphone here for you. Although my microphone cuts out. I got the new microphone set up in the studio. And it has compressors and noise gates and stuff. So it doesn't sing. Although my microphone cuts out. I got the new microphone set. Yeah, because it usually goes ting. And you can hear it on there. It goes ting. Like it just can't handle that lighter sound. But it's a fun one. There's actually tuning forks inside that bad boy. Fred likes some weird stuff, which is cool. These Poikilos are crazy. This Spark, though, is a legit strange thing. So let's go ahead and check it out. What steel is that? Which one? The Lemmifish? This one is the M390. It's M390 and titanium, and then it has the tings inside there. I don't know what those are made out of, though. And if you're asking about a different knife, I guess the only other one would have been the Ramet. I think it's also M390, but I don't know for sure. Does it say? Usually Ramet, is it right there? And I can't read that because it won't focus. M390. Yeah, so they're both M390s. Okay, so Spark. Anybody see me open this last night on the live? Like I said, Donnie was with me, so we were kind of distracted and just kind of chatting and having some fun. And so I didn't really pay much attention to these, but I did open them. So we can open them again. Then I'll post some reviews on them in the next few days as well. Anybody know about this, though? The Spark. The old Spark. The Spark. What does that say? M390 titanium. So 3 knives in a row here. We got that M390 going on, right? This thing is a wild, weird one, though. I'll tell you. So the Spark, is that the brand? Or that's the knife? It just says Spark. Spark EDC. Here it is. What is the Spark? This down, make it a little easier for me to hold. There we go. So we got thumb stud. Frame lock. Top flipper that actually is a top flipper that I can top flip. I can't top flip very well, but this one here, it's up there. You can see that. And I can get on there like that and boom. So that's actually quite satisfying. I've rarely been able to do that. For the thumb stud, flicks out all right. It's tight. It's a little tight to get in there. You saw I missed it, but I can flick it out as well. Thumb stud with the left top flip. No, probably not. Maybe. There we go. And then can I flick it? No. So any pressure on that lock, no pressure on the lock over here, fine. But as a lefty only, doesn't work. And we have this. What does that do? That's it. It's a fidget spinner. Right? And then you can flip the switch, and now it's free. Free spin. Right? So now we can spin that thing to our fidgety desire. What's everybody know about that? Boom. What I missed? Got sidetracked. Grateful, nothing. Well, I'm dual live streaming right now just for fun to see what it does. Looks like they're even. We're neck and neck. It's 11 on the vertical and 11 on the horizontal. Will the horizontal pass up the vertical? Is the question. If you're in the vertical right here, you can tap that little button down there, that little blue writing next to the yellow, and you can click into the horizontal if you're interested. Boom. Does it have a pog too? Yeah, you just pull it out and pog it. It's a cool looking kind of a, what do you call that? Like a steampunkish kind of a feel with the circles and the gears and this little piece right here. It's a fun one. I'm sure it's probably not cheap. So this is kind of a one where if you're, wow, now I can't do it at all. Oh, I had my finger on the lock bar. Boom. I had my finger pushing right there. I mean, obviously. Hi to everyone that said hey. Boom. Oh, and this thing's doing this top chat. So I have to do that every time. Live chat. It's only giving me top chat. And you need to switch it to live chat. I was missing messages. What's everyone think about the Spark then? Is this a collection piece? Is this something you'd be interested in having? Or is it pass? I love that handle. I think it's cool. It's a neat design. And the little fidget spinner little thing on there is neat, I guess. But I feel like for the price, I would probably get something else. I don't know. Okay. Next one. Boikilo. I don't know. Let's open this one first. No, wait. Which one's the one? Yeah. So they do make a cool pouch. Little fun little patches on the front there. All right. So this Poikilo is my least interesting one that I've seen so far. It's okay. It's okay. I have issues. This is all DLC coded, which is cool. But this knife has some things that I'm just not really a fan of for me personally. One of them, it's a titanium frame lock that when I put my thumb on there as a lefty, I can't flick it out. So that means I can't flick it open lefty, but it is a thumb stud on one side only. So I can't thumb stud it with a lefty because there's no thumb stud there to thumb stud. So my only lefty option would be the flick. But I can't flick because you're putting pressure on the lock bar. If I get my thumb out of the way, no pressure on the lock bar, you can flick it open. But the second I have the slightest pressure on there, I can't flick it out. So now I cannot open this knife with my left hand, only my right. Then with the right, you can't flick it because there's only the stud on the one side. So you're basically limited to the righty thumb open only, which just isn't, the drop shut is okay. But see, every time I do that, I bring my thumb up here and I feel like I'm about to cut my thumb because the way that you push out, it like comes up here like net near that. Just not the design for me. Someone might like it. That might work good for them. Everybody has different tastes on how things work, but no lefty. Cicero. I was like, wait, what am I doing wrong? Fred said he thought that was a front flipper too, but there's no jimp to grab onto. So you can't really get it going like that. There isn't, that's not, I mean, if someone could, they've got some major grip on their hands, but yeah. Anybody like this one? No reverse flick or just anything, honestly. Yeah, single studs. What's up, Paul? A single stud knife is, no. No, thank you. No, thank you. So we will move on to the other Poikilo. Can I read this card better if we take it out? The Bio VK Shark. Titanium Crystal M398. This one now, this one. I was a single stud once upon a time. I like it. I like it. I guess I am currently a single, moderately stud. I don't know. The Kylo Ren. Zen. No, the DLC is the Zen. This is the Kylo VK Zame. Is that not what this card was? It says VK Shark on this card. I don't know which card. Maybe this one goes with anybody? Dylan was never a stud. So this is the one, though, that is just crazy. So you got your flipper tab on the back. You got your front flipper on the front. You've got your hole for your thumb out and your flicking out action. And it does have a full frame lock. And as a lefty, I can put my thumb on there. That one caught. And still flick it out. So that is cool. All right. The other thing we noticed with this one is an integral. So we've got a titanium integral one piece, right? You've got these caps right here for the bolster area and the pivot, but there are no visible screws pretty much anywhere. This hole right here, what is this one? Now that hole, you can see there is a screw. And so, where's my flashlight? Yeah, I don't see anything down there. But down that one, that is where it looks like that's the screw that maybe makes the clip come off. Because if you look, that is solid inside of there. And so the only thing I think that screw could be for is just, it's not going to go all the way through that. That would be weird because then they'd have to hollow that out, but they can't because it drops down too deep in the back. So that space only accesses to where the clip is. So I'm assuming, obviously, that is how you get the clip off, right? So let's say, guess we're looking at holes. Dylan, where are the rest though? Okay. So if I undo that one and the clip falls off, how do we get the pivot off? How do we loosen the pivot? How do we get the blade off? Dillery has holes. Can we look at him? Mm-hmm. We could. We could. Now Edwards is over here. I have no idea the wizardry on this one. Yeah, okay, so where are the screws? They have to be underneath these caps, right? Because there's a pivot right there. We know there's a pivot because this, rotates on said pivot, right? But what? I mean, there's no little pry spot. There's no little wedge spot. There's no little chink, and then it pops out. What machinery is that again? Didn't see the empty seats in the front row till now. Which one? This one? Or are you talking? Immigrating from the other live. They use gobs of Loctite to hold this on. Well, okay, so they did that, but how do you get it off if you needed to adjust the pivot?
MPG-EDC became a member. MPG-EDC celebrates 15 months of membership. Wahoo.
That probably echoes on one of these, which is fine. Meredith, how you been? 15 months. 15 months. I appreciate it, MPG. How you been? Haven't talked to you in a little while. MPG's got a channel. Go check her out. She does lives on Sunday evening-ish. I am never free on Sundays, so I'm really never there. So Paul, if they Loctited these, how would you get these off? Like if you were going to service this, if you were going to service this, how would we take this apart? There's got to be a way that this cap comes off. There's a thing called Google. There's also a thing called wonder, enjoyment, and discussion. You know, like, you ever wonder? I grew up in a time where we didn't have the Google, and you had to talk about it and kind of work it out. And I'm talking to you guys right now, or sure. And nobody else seems to have Googled it for an answer. Rules for MPG's lives, jokes, and smartassery only. That sounds like a great place to be. This is a cool knife, though. It feels good in the hand. I like the choke up spot. I wish there were more jimps, but that's like pretty much every knife. Abracadabroski. Right, Mick? Feels good in the hand, though, for doing some cuts. Nice little belly on there. If anything, it's a little stiff as far as like if I were to go like this to close it, it sort of can drop all the way, but look at how I'm trying to swing that shut. So as far as the action is a little tight, and if you notice here, it doesn't swing anywhere. It stops wherever you put it. That's where it basically stops. So if anything, it's a little tight. Some skiffs or something would be nice. But the flip outs on the front and the rear flippers they work fine, and that hole is no issue, especially the full frame lock. I can put the pressure as the lefty and it opens, and this feels good in the hand. This is a nice knife. I think it looks cool. As we say in Wisco, little Wisconsin, oofda. Boom. Have you taken out the screw in the back, or is it a screw hole? Well, the screw in the back is only going to take that clip off because it can't. Basically, this is an integral, and so the milling to there and this spot here goes all the way down to there. So there's nothing that could go all the way through this. So that screw has to stop no later than like here, which would mean the only thing that's going to be good for is the clip. And everything else, because of how thin this is right here to inside there, there's basically just a thin metal here and a sandwich, you know, like it's all milled out. So it has to be obviously up inside there. Is this a live sales channel? We're not selling anything. We're just talking. We're talking about knives. These are some cool ones that were sent to me from Fred to check out and enjoy for a little while. They're pretty neat. And if you're interested, you can click this little blue link down here, go to the horizontal. You can see a few more screens. You can see what I'm looking like staring down. It's magic then, I'm convinced. Pure magic. It's an interesting, I mean, I have knives where the pivot is hidden. Yeah, we sell cookies. You guys want some cookies? I have an Ahab, Artisan Cutlery Ahab, and this one has a hidden pivot. You can see it does have two screws, but those are for the scales. Boom, boom. If you see where the pivot is on the blade, it's up here, and that little teeny screw isn't big enough to be a pivot anyway, but you can see the pivot has to be up higher. It's completely hidden inside of there, so you have to take the scales off to access that pivot. Blessed books are closed. Leave them be. The man has work to do. Gee. Yeah, he's booked out through next summer. But that doesn't mean you can't get on those books. They're not totally closed. You can say, I want something done. He'll be like, it's going to be next May. You know what? Artisan Cutlery Ahab is a cool knife. I bought this Blade Show Texas my first year at Blade Show Texas. It's a fun one. Easy flick out. It's got some reverse backwards kind of thumb studs. They get wider at the end. So they kind of seem like some people say, oh, the thumb studs stick out, but reality is that it's not, they don't really stick out any wider than the handle. And I like them. Some people have changed them. If you don't grab tools and try to take it apart, well, the thing is, Ed, is this is Fred's knife, not mine, and it's expensive. And if I put a scratch in this, it's not, if it was mine, I'd already be trying to figure it out, but I don't know. You know what I mean? I feel like this would be one where it's going to give me a tool. You have to give back all the Edyards. There's no place to get in to pry it, though. You know what I mean? Like if this was to be pried off, there would be like a little divot, like a little notch where you're like, oh, there it is. But the thing is, you can't push the lock down any further to see that. And it is smooth and tight all the way around. There's no little place to grab anywhere. It's wild. It's like makes you wonder, like, what's the trick? That's why I almost feel like it would be like something where you have to put something in there and go. Butter knife notch, yeah. Next summer, well played, Bless. Pimp Juice, fantastic. Yeah, dude, he's crushing it. But the reason is because the knives that Donnie produces by hand in his garage are superior. The drop, I mean, this thing doesn't drop it's just garbage. Donnie's would just go and just close, flicks out super smooth. It's amazing. Huh, screw Fred. That knife will probably wind up mine sooner or later. How much is this bad boy? Should we? Let's find out. Let's find out. Oikilo Integral. Is it integral or integral? What's this called? Zame? Nope. That's what it says on there. VK? Nope. Shark? Nope. Nope. So we're basically getting no. What's up, anything Emerson waved? I'm getting nothing. Wow. Shop. See, none of these are on here. Anyone see? So we can't even look it up. So there you go. Justin. A Google search doesn't give me this knife. Ooh. Jesus. This is in euros. $710, 710 euros, which makes this knife like $800. Oh God. For those of you in this vertical live right now, I'm on horizontal and we're looking up this knife right here. 710 euros. Wow. Wowie wow. Oh, and of course, this is in English. If y'all haven't held a Mallory design, stay a while and listen. I have stories. I actually just ordered one from Dylan. He had a couple of those, the small, shoot, what's the name of it? Bought it right off of his website. Because they had them available at, what, CJRB or whatever, but on his website, he had them with ARRPM9 and micarta or whatever. So I went with that version. How you been? Anything Emerson waved? And if you click that little blue one, you can go into the horizontal. So this doesn't have any information to help us, which I didn't think it would. Because I kind of assumed this knife was probably not available very much yet, but it's not even on the Poicailo site. Which is crazy. Or if it is, they make it impossible to find. No, I don't see the name of it. So here we are. Speaking of, I haven't shipped it out yet, but I will tomorrow. I've been under the weather this week. Didn't want to contaminate anything. That's all good, Dylan. Send me your contaminated... the Forest-esque gem. Yeah, Dylan, I hope you feel better. What was the name of it now? Now I gotta look it up again. Mallory Designs, right? Come on. Why you gotta be like that? Why you gotta be like that? Let's go to screen grab. There it is. The small centrals. That's what I picked up. It's cheap. $35. I mean, come on. ARRPM 9 and micarta. Kind of a dark picture. Or maybe my screen is just kind of eh. You got a titanium pivot collar and a titanium clip. ARRPM 9 and micarta. It's a small centros, baby. It's a small centros. Lick every blade, Mallory. Give us that mojo. Yeah, the picture's a little dark, but I mean, I can see it fine. You'd be silly not to. You'd be silly not to. Yeah, what is it? If I want to show you the other ones I saw. That one is by far superior. As far as the other ones that are available. So at CJRB, oh, they do have a carbon fiber one. I didn't know there was a premium. So the D2 and the carbon fiber, I'm not a fan of this carbon fiber. I'm not into carbon fibers. You know, sometimes we got the little inserts and stuff. Those are all right, but generally, yeah. Not as interested as I would be with other ones. It must have been an Amazon's search. Yeah, so they have them on Amazon too, but they only have like this blue like G10 And then what is this, D2? I think this one's D2. Which is fine. Everybody likes what they like, but dude, a black micarta ARRPM, that's a solid knife right there, if you ask me. Premium was from 2021 Blade Show Special. Okay. Yeah, I remember looking at a few of them, and I was like, I don't like this scale as much. And then somehow I saw that you had them on your site, and you had those black ones with the. It's like micarta and the titanium accents for the win. For the win. Who was I talking to a while back that also likes the Ahab? I think we were on a tri-state group. But the Ahab's a fun little knife. I like that poon way out there. Slap. Solid stuff. Well, let's see. 5:27 already. I'm going. How does that happen? I'm like, let's go on for 20 minutes. And it's been an hour. Lord. Because that's how it works. Only 300 made. Blade HQ has the standard and contoured micarta also. Oh, yours is a little different. All right. That's cool by me. It's a nice little simple knife, and it's a nice knife from Dylan's collection for my collection. Ron Dobbins, what's up? Make sure you subscribe and like the video and hit that thumbs up. How many thumbs up we got right now? 13? Is that correct? We could use a few more. Boom. But how do we get that? How do we get that off? The world may never know. I want to know, but we're not gonna. I wonder if those are still on sale. I thought they went on sale on Friday, but it actually was today. And then I got busy at work and I forgot to look. Shoot, what's the name of that again? What is the name of his scale company? They've got to be glued. But there's got to be a way, like, if you need to service that, because, I mean, it's the pivot. If you can't get to the pivot at all. What's up, Jack? You can't even get to the pivot, like, so then for the entire life of the knife, there's no way to access that. That seems odd. What is this Civivi Guile? Peace Neighbor. Thanks. I totally couldn't remember. NHPOR scales. Did you get any, Dylan? Yeah, they're all sold out. I kind of thought they would be. Screen grab. So the Peace Neighbor is, these are custom scales for the Guile. Then they also have that custom pivot, which is cool. So you can see right there, the pivot has that gap. Sorry, I'll show you guys. The pivot's got that gap right there. That this, then the Peace Neighbor logo, like up at the top there, that skull and the leaf, that fits in that captive pivot side, which is cool. So, but then only right side pocket clip. And you've got some fat carbon, and then this magic vintage blue glass, $400 scales. That is nuts. Yeah, I got too busy. I wasn't going to buy any anyway. They're a little too expensive. $400 for scales for a $70 knife. $155 scales for a $70 knife. You know, I mean, the knife is cool, but it's a Nitro V knife. You know, like if this was M390 or S90V or something like that, then $150 scales for it sounds cool. But you know what I mean? Like it's a budget friendly priced knife. It's a great knife. I like it. But Nitro V is kind of your budget section. So when you triple the price of the knife to buy custom scales for it, $5,000 Scario and an $800 Civic. Yes, I wouldn't even put those on a Wii knife. Metin Boss has $800 scales on their site. Wow. I mean, they're cool, and there's brass ones. I would totally get the brass ones. Do a shipwreck to this. That'd be fun. It's a fun little knife. Holy cat, what's up? So not gonna be buying the scales. Sorry, I'm stuck over there. My bad. Table. Not gonna be buying scales for this. I am gonna customize it though. We're gonna do a die and then maybe an acid etch stone wash or something on the blade. That'll be fun. Dude, I'm sitting here willy-nilly opening this over an $800 knife. Zoiks. Most of the cost comes from the pivot milling. That's possible. But either way, yeah, because you know, I've got, if you were just buying like brass scales or copper scales, they shouldn't be $155. So yeah, this thing is wild. I better wrap this thing up and treat it like the baby that it is. I mean, if I scratch that, now I can't mess up Fred's $800 knife. That's wild sauce. Finish the Kubi Koius. I've done tests on things and I haven't been able to get a marble to work the way I want it to. Dye doesn't work the way paint and other techniques work. And so it makes it frustrating. I mean, I had it sitting with a marble setup on it for almost 48 hours and it still looks exactly like it did when that color didn't soak in at all. It literally didn't soak in for 2 days. Chicken shit. Yeah, you know, you could say chicken shit, but I'll say respect and love for Fred, knowing that I may or may not do something stupid. One side of those pivot caps has to pop off somehow. Exactly, Mick. But when you look around the edge of it, it's just perfect. There's no seams. There's no little, you know, like little spot where you're like, oh, that's where you put the nail and pop it off. There's nothing. Ron says, where can I order the knife with the spinner on it? I don't know. Let's find out. Let's find out. So the spinner knife is called the Spark. Here's the box. Spark. Let's look it up. Give me a moment. Spark spinner knife. Oh, it was a Kickstarter. Or it is a Kickstarter? Hold on. Back this project. HK. Ugh. How do you, what's Hong Kong dollars translated? Early birds are all gone, not available, all gone. Oh, so this ended. So maybe we do need to go into, let's look that up. 1387. 87 HK2 US. 178 bucks. So they were about $200 on the Kickstarter early bird package. Spark Spin. Oh, Back Crew. This is like an ad, but not for sale. Wow. Oh, that's Blade Show. This is what we need for that other one. Something like this, a blown up thing that shows you, like, then it might tell you how to pop that thing off. So I'm not 100% sure, Ron, because there's not for sale here. It was on a Kickstarter. The Awesomer. So it's only on these pages that don't sell stuff. $149 here. Pledge. I don't know. It's an interesting one, though. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. So there's nowhere you can buy it. Not well, I'm not saying that, Ron. I'm saying that I haven't found anything, and this came from Fred. It looked like it was on a Kickstarter recently. So if it was recent, then generally, are they going to make any more after the Kickstarter, or are they going to have them available from some site or something? I don't know. I don't know. In my opinion, a pocket knife with fidget spinners is tacky. What about a pocket knife that is a fidget spinner? Oh my God. What about a pocket knife that is a fidget spinner? What do you think about that? Ron, I'll keep it in mind. I'll ask Fred. Maybe he'll know. I wonder which one he said is for sale. One of the 3 knives that he sent me this time are for sale. The other 2 he's keeping. So I'm not sure which is which. But he did say he was keeping 2 and one of them is potentially for sale. Fidget. Oh. Bless Knives. I'll be live with Mike tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central, possibly Stevie and Dank as well. KDK, what's your favorite pocket knife with a really good forward finger choil? What knife do I like that has a really good forward finger choil? Interesting. It'll be on Donnie's channel. Hold the knife, not pocket clip slide. Slide up like it's a magnet. For what? What are you talking about? Hold the knife. Like, which knife, bro? I've got knives everywhere. Okay, so finger choil. I'm huge on this one right now, Thomas. The Devo Stout V2. Look at this finger choil. Boom. Way up. Brand New American. That one. The knife. All of them. No answer, Justin. So yeah, Thomas, I really like this one. That's kind of a big finger choil, getting up there, really comfortable. I love the ramp up and this. That, oh, well, that's a shallow. You want a deep finger choil? It's shallow, but it's a finger choil. You want a deep finger choil? Here you go. The QSP. What the hell is this called again? Something chef or chef master? Chef master. That's a deep choil right there. That locks you in. Best forward finger choil is a CKF Evo. He's right. He's right. There it is. Pow. Right in the kisser. Nick Travellini for the win. That's it. Soak it in. Chef Master's got a deep one though, huh? Locks you in. This one's great. As far as that locks in, if you want to just rip through some cardboard, this bad boy will do some damage. Boosh. And that is a large finger choil. No D about it. CKF though, Evo. Boom. That is, oh, it feels so nice. Just locked in. Look at that mirror edge. Woo. Sick. Sick. But yeah, ultimately, I don't know. I'd have to go through all of them and kind of CJRB Pyrite. The screwless knife. No. 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 That doesn't slide at all. That it can't slide. It's like it, you can see it goes down and in. Like that whole thing is inside there. That's not moving. Neither of those are moving. Yeah, I can physically see it go down underneath. So like that would have to go up in order to slide. And then there would have to be a spring or something in there. You can see there's just basically, it's just pivot. There's no space for an auto inside there. There is no side though, Justin. This is an integral. It's an integral. There's no side to slide. It's one piece. Like there's nothing to slide. I think you got the wrong knife. Check out Rainier Knives. Well, I mean, this is all one piece so that you can't, there's nothing to slide. That doesn't move. Check out the Rainier Knives Fast Pack. It's my all-time favorite small EDC. Fast Pack by Rainier USA. Ooh, that's a nice little fixie. That is a nice little, is that a little hex? Do they make that to use it too? Like what size is that hex? That little hex right in there. Oh, I got a little hex wrench right in the middle of my blade. Oh, you can get a naked one. I'm not a fan. Oh, and then look, there's more hex. I'd say the red micarta. Anybody else got one of these? Element 115. Ooh, what's Element 115? That looks like a great little fixed blade. 109 bucks, 2 ounces. What are we looking at? LMAX, okay. 61 HRC LMAX. 1.25 ounces. Oh, naked. 0.6 with the scales, I see. That's a great little fixed blade. I like that. I could totally see that being a great, like, user. You know, like that seems like a quality, just all around good user. How long? How big is it? 6.5. Yeah, that's solid. How long is the? Zoom out a bit here. The old KC. Oh, I can't grab my ruler off the table. 7. So it's a little bit shorter than the Dust Devil. A ½ inch shorter than the Dust Devil. Bob Lazar claimed Element 115 was required to operate the anti-gravity tech in the UFO. Rainier Knives Fastpack is super lightweight, and the Kydex sheath is awesome. It looks pretty good, Thomas. I'd check that one out. $100 too. That's a good price. That is a good price. And then this one that's gonna, I don't even want to open it much more because I'm gonna cut my thumb if I do. I'm gonna do the review for this DLC one and just call it a day and pass it on. This one is great though, but man, I don't know. And Justin said he thought it might do something, but that's not, there's not enough space because this is a integral. You can just tell what you're looking at, and this is milled out. There isn't really any room, and you can look into the pivot, and all you see in there is a pivot with a couple of bearings going around it, sandwiching the blade. So, I mean, if this was some type of a slide, there would have to be some type of a spring or something which would cause it to do something. And I just don't, there isn't enough space inside this milled out integral. Kevin Smith and Knives. I was going to order the Poikilo Zen. Which one's the Zen? That's not one of these. Or no, that's this one. Ron? I hate it. And I don't say that lightly. I don't hate knives, but I don't like this one at all. You know, I'm not trying to dissuade you from buying it. I'm a lefty. Let me explain. So yeah, this is the Zen DLC coated, right? Thumb stud only on one side. So as a righty, I can't flick it out. So no righty flick. Only righty thumb stud. The righty thumb stud, I fail it a lot. And then when I do engage it, what I find is I go like this, and it brings me up right next to this part of the blade. I feel like I'm going to cut my thumb eventually when I open it, because it's like it sends your thumb. I'm just overly cautious with it because I can barely open, and then it literally sends your thumb right there, wanting to just cut. All right. So second is, so in the left hand, which I am lefty, no thumb stud to flick on that side, so you only have that one. Well, when you put pressure on the lock bar, you can't flick it out. So I can't open it with my left hand at all. With the right, it's hard to open. I fail it a lot. And then when I do open, I get worried that, like, see that right there? My thumb ended right there. Feels all right in the hand like this, but they got these little dots for jimp, so you can barely feel it all, so it's pointless. I don't like it. I don't. The thumb stud on one side is basically the crushing blow. If I could at least thumb stud it open on this side, or flick it open as a righty, but I mean, I can't even. Yeah. It's cooler than that Spark. This is. The Spark is cool, but it's not something I would carry. This is just something for a collector that likes weird. See, now I can't even. Weird kind of stuff. That's more of just a fidgety toy than. This is an expensive fidget toy. This is just a not comfortable, dangerous knife. This is super cool because this does have the frame lock, and I can flick it out as a lefty. And you got your front flipper, and you got your rear flipper, and if you really want, you can thumb. So it's got different actions to it, options. Doesn't make me nervous. Oh, the Mantis Gearhead. I don't know about that. I'll look it up. Or like this one here. I love this thing. The Meteor from Remet. So you can button lock it, or you can bolster lock it, button, flick, bolster, button, bolster, front flipper. That's great. I'm into that all day. Mantis Gearhead. Oh, yeah. Whoops. My bad. Who was it? I saw somebody had a video on this. Was it TKE or somebody had a pass around of this? I want to say it was TKE, but I could be wrong. Anyone? So this one's kind of neat because you've got this weird, I can't really explain it or whatever, but the way that gear works and this little button and it kind of swings out and these gears are connected to the pivot. It's an interesting design. I would like to get my hands on one and kind of mess around with it. These are cool. Anybody have one of these? Mantis knives. Were they at Blade Show? I can't remember now. I think they were. But I don't recall. 27. I did order one of these. Is this still? Let me refresh this, although it hasn't been open that long. This pre-order is still available. I'm going to recommend this to anyone if you're interested. I have never ordered from AZ USA or Azusa. I keep asking people, is it Azusa or is it AZ USA? But this is the new Helldorado pre-order. So the pre-order for the Helldorado, You've got a few different options. This is the gray PVD, blue micarta, and Vanex blade steel. And it's $97.50 for the pre-order. And if you pre-order it, you get a free Cochise with that pre-order. And the Cochise is this knife right here. So you get a $45 G10 14C28N front flipper Cochise for free. So basically for $100, you're getting a $100 knife and a $45 knife. So the Cochise, it does come in a few different colors. And then as does the Eldorado. But tell me that doesn't look sweet. They're actually adding a few more jimps to the back. And maybe slightly different than this. But that price, Vanex, micarta, that's a cool looking knife. I ordered one. Well, I pre-ordered it. And then it says in here, due Q4 2025. So we'll get it sometime in Q4, which would be October, November, December. But you'll be getting 2 knives for that $100, which, yes. Yes. Anybody order that thing? I know Grateful did. How much is, what's the price on which one, Ron? The Gearhead? I think the Gearhead was like 200, 180. It was 180. Sorry if I'm running behind now. The Gearhead was 180. The Eldorado from Azusa is $100, $97.50. But you get a $45 Cochise with it. PVK. What websites? Is my brain not working right now? PVK. The PVK MILF shirt. MILF. Man, I love fixed blades. I'm willing to bet you can get the Gearhead for $135. That's what I would offer. So you're saying, Mick, you're saying just email these kids over at Mantis and be like, I'll give you a $135. What do you say? Is that how that works? Would anyone rock the MILF shirt? Stab a MILF? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Kind of fun. Kind of a fun t-shirt. They're asking 165. Well, it says 180 on that website. Another site, there's another page. Yeah, Mick, where are they asking that? Because the page that I had is 180. Oh, someone's selling one used on the binge. They got one on the binge there. You ever buy something off the blade binge? I have. I've bought off the binge before. What have you bought from the binge? There it is. The Blade Binge Devo Tall Boy, the dark mode version. Ooh, ooh. I love it. Tall Boy is definitely one of my faves. That's an awesome knife right there. I like these little bolster liner locks, like several companies are doing. As a lefty, they just work great. It's easy to get in there. You don't have any problems flicking it out. But then you can also get on that right side and do that nice drop. Or you just buy the lefty versions, like my Stout V2, and then you can You've traded on the binge but haven't purchased anything. You're gonna get a Tri-Stash. Let's look. Notify me when available. 139 still not available. They should be available in the next week or so though. The boat landed. They are in the States, but they still need to get to probably to Eric over at Blade Binge. But the budget Tri-Stashes are in the States. They should be available soon. I plan on getting this version right here with the Ultim. Great knife. Solid design from Tri-State. 154 cm hollow grind Warncliffe 61 to 62 HRC. I mean, Ultim for the win. Although you couldn't go wrong with the diamond textured titanium for 149. I love this. This would be great, but for some reason the budget Tri-Stash I think needs to be Ultim. He also likes the Tiffany blue, which is cool. I'm sure some people will get that one. I would say if I was just had nothing to do with nothing, I would probably go for like either the dark mode titanium or just the standard titanium with the diamonds. But since, you know, Tri-Stash likes the PP, I like the PP. The full Pissadis. Yeah, the titanium with that the texture is really nice, Mick. Thomas just ordered the Eldorado Black Micarta and the Stonewash Satin Blade. What color order did you order for the Cochise, Thomas? Got the black on black, or no, black with the satin on the Eldorado, but what did you order for the Cochise? I ordered this one, the gray and gray Cochise. But yeah, when you go in there to order, I got the blue in my car, the blue one. But then for Cochise, you can get black PVD, black satin, or gray and gray. I got the gray and gray. And the blue and gray. It's a hell of a deal. 97 bucks for this badass looking Eldorado and a Cochise. The Cochise looks pretty cool too. 14C28N, I mean, I'll take it. And then this one, Vanix, come on. Come on. Come on. Cochise, gray and gray. Yeah, same. They do have a gray with a green handle, except for that one wasn't part of the special. So I was like, otherwise I would have gotten that green handled one for sure. But I might go in and add some dye to mine or something like that. What pocket is the Eldorado going to have? I don't know. That was another thing we noticed, because it does say, if you look here, let me screen grab it again. It does say in here, prototype pictured, final may include changes. So this is a prototype photo. So if you look at the jimps right here, notice how the last jimp stops before the thumb stud.
Kevin Smith and Knives became a member. Kevin Smith and Knives celebrates 9 months of membership. What a hell.
Kevin, thank you so much. Kevin's a big old D2 player right there. What the hell? 9 months in, bro. I appreciate you. Kevin is super cool. Got a bunch of his knives that are awesome. I got to finish reviewing. He made some of the shelves for me. The Kevin Smith and Knives shelves. Very cool. So we were talking about this Eldorado. It says things may change. Now, if you look at this picture, you notice that the last, I gotta zoom in a little bit on there, sorry. The last jimp on the other picture stopped in front of the thumb stud. Now this one has a couple more, so this one actually has more thumb studs.
Mick Ranger became a member. Mick Ranger celebrates 5 months of membership. 5 months of madness. Winking face emoji.
5 months of madness. Mick, thank you so much. I appreciate you. 5 months. Can you believe it? Mick has recommended a lot of cool knives that I've ended up picking up, and I'm happy for letting me know about all of them, Mick. What's up, B Shady? So, prototype, but I noticed, okay, if you look at the one, jimps stop before the thumb stud. You look at the other one, jimps go all the way down. What else do I notice? If you look here, pocket clip. Only on the right side. Look at this one here. Ooh, there's a tab for the pocket clip to be swapped to the left side. So is that going to happen or not? Yeah, how can they make the Eldorado in Vanex for that price and include an additional knife? I don't know. It's like they're trying to get people in or something. I couldn't not buy it. I couldn't not buy it. But this shot kind of indicates that it may have a lefty clip. So if it does have a lefty clip, then I might carry it more on the left. But if it's a righty only, that kind of affects, you know, what pocket it may or may not be in. But yeah, isn't that crazy? What kind of a deal is going on? Pre-order Eldorado with Vanex looking like this, looks choice. And then you get a free 14C28N Cochise with it for $45. So $145 for the 2 knives, and it's only going to cost you $100. Somebody bought it. Yeah, I bought it. Thomas bought it. Grateful Dong bought one. Have you seen the BMK Ethereal? What's up, Matt? Matt's on the vertical. Ha! What up, Matt? I have a vertical and a horizontal going right now. If you clink. Sure. Click the link. Clink right there on the blue. It'll bring you into the horizontal. The jimping looks aggressive. I love it. It is probably wildly aggressive, but it's part of the knife. It's to me, that's part of the design. That little extra jimpiness is definitely an aesthetic. Have you seen the BMK Ethereal? Copy. Go away, AI. How do I get rid of the AI? It's not coming up. Oh, I got a Neves Knives video. Ooh. Pause. Okay, that's kind of cool looking. Matt is just said, hey, check out the BMK Designs Ether. Oh, is it the Ether? And it said that's why it didn't come up, because I typed ethereal. Best Tech OEM. All right, get to it. That's cool. I like the shape. I like the front flipper, the big old harpoon. Yeah, that's kind of fun. How many internet tabs can I have open before it crashes? Well, Thomas, I currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. I have 31 tabs currently open on the Cougar. All right. Oh, no. Resume. I don't want to end that way. But yeah, 31 tabs currently open on the Cougar. Cougar's right over there. You guys can't see it. The vertical live can see it. Since I picked up the Cougs, it's been crushing. My other one, I could not open any other windows when I had my studio going and I was live streaming, and I would start to lag and drop frames. I got the new PC set up, and now I have stuff everywhere. Stuff everywhere. And she's not crashing at all. My Cougar, she's solid. She is running on we're barely at 15% right now. Donnie's going live at 7. Oh wait, 9:13. That's tomorrow. Never mind. I was like, I know Donnie's going live tomorrow, but I didn't realize it does have some Strix vibes. I ordered a Strix. Did you order a Strix, Matt? Anyone else order one? Sparrow Strix pre-order. We ordered them. God, it's been, what was it, April? Maybe? May? Or June? I don't remember. But I paid for it. I bought one. I got the titanium lefty version. And it supposedly will be here in December. So we're waiting for the Sparrow Strix for a few more months. I am glad that I ordered it. I got the full lefty version. I've been getting more into those. Here's my lefty Devo Stout V2. We've got Vanex on there. We've got a bolster lock with a micro milled titanium on it. Lefty. And this is the glow version. So it does glow, although it's bright in here, so you can't really tell. Has anyone had the PB&J Reese's yet? Are insane as in good or bad? As in good or bad? All right. I'm going to end this one, and we're just moving over here. So there's only 2 of you on here. Go ahead and hit this little blue right here, and that'll link you into my horizontal. I'll see you over there in a sec. Bye-bye. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you. Meet me over there. And go. I got 5 subscribers from the vertical live. How about that? I bet you I don't get 5 subscribers from this one. What didn't you care for? The Purvis MK4. Dude, get some of these out of here. Holy God. Oh, I had extras that I didn't notice either. So I had more than 30 tabs open. I never was like that. Never. And then you get a nice new computer and it runs good, and then you want to start testing it. Don't listen to B Shady. His taste buds are broken. All right. Primordial MK4 pre-order 255. Button lock? What kind? Is it a plunge button or is it like a button liner or something? It's probably just a standard button. Old school. MagnaCut titanium, 7.7 inches. I like the profile of it's cool. Nice big fuller flicking hole. Probably just a standard button lock. Wow, that is cool. Nobody else is live right now, right? I shouldn't even be here. Jesus, it's 6:16. What are you folks doing? I love you all. I love you all. A 15-minute vertical. What's going on here? Why did this grape or strawberry? Oh yeah, the Uncrustables slamming, but it's a different thing. So wait, now I totally got squirreled on that. Let me back up. So were they PB&J Reese's? So I get these at the gas station or something? I would try them. I would try them. So anybody see a link for if like MC's going live tonight, or is he going live tomorrow? That doesn't look like anybody's live right now. Surprise. Hanging out with friends, right? That's the beauty of it, I guess. I think they sell them at the gas station. Yeah, so I just got to go to the gas station and remember to look for peanut butter and jelly. Who knew? Yeah, I literally just wanted to go live for a little bit. I feel like I got to appease the algorithm. It got mad at me because it like tells me every month, it's like, hey, your views are down and here's why they're down. You didn't post as many shorts as you posted last month. Or, oh, you didn't go as live as often as you did last month. And if you don't do what you did before, then all of a sudden you're not doing it as good. And so we don't like you anymore. What's up, Laid Off Pete? How's it going, bud? Okay, got to run. Love you all, guys. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Goodbye, everyone. Right on, Ron. Thank you. I appreciate you. Yeah. Have a good weekend, Ron. I'll see you tomorrow morning, maybe. Little morning coffee. How you doing, Laid Off Pete? What's good? Ow. Just bit my tongue for absolutely no reason at all. Well, I want to make some of these videos. And here we are not making these videos. I was going to go there and do that before 7. Now I'm probably not going to do that anymore. What's good? The Pictus that, yeah, Laid Off Pete just got a Pictus. So Laid Off Pete told me when I was going to Atlanta Blade Show, he's like, dude, go check. Because I asked him, I said, what should I go look for? If you were there, what were you going to buy or whatever? And one of them he told me was the Pictus, which is this right here. It was the first knife I went over and bought when I was in Atlanta. Very happy with this. Boom. Front flipper works really good. Flicks out like a dream. I love the micro milling on the titanium. Just awesome. Nice hollow grind on there. Pictus, you lucky bastard. Dana, these are great. They are awesome. I love this knife. Definitely in my top 5. And it's a righty only. But I love the lock. The lock works really good for me. Oh, thumb out just sucked. Front flipper is really nice. It flicks out really good. The choke up spot is good. The index finger out towards the tip. I love the way the tip sits right there. Wow, my focus is just in a great spot for doing cuts and just getting in here. I think it's fantastic. If I had one wish, I'd make the jimps go out. Oh, I would put the jumps out as well. He got the like the dark wash one. So it looks like this, except for the titanium's darker. I believe that's what I remember seeing in the picture. Fantastic knife though. Number 1 on the list for 2026. Gecko Customs, man. What's the guy who runs it over there? Steven, I think. Very cool guy. Talked to him over there for a bit in Atlanta. You got the normal light one. So you got the one just like this. In the photo, it looked like the dark wash one, where it's just a little bit darker. But yeah, that milling, it's my favorite part. I love that texture. It just feels, it's so grippy. It's so grippy. It's just the perfect grip. Great action. The one thing I would say, yeah, the Jimp's sure, but the other one thing I would say is I would round this clip. It goes up higher on the side, like it's low here. I would make this side mirrored to that side. So get rid of that nubby section, like right there, cut that off. Because what that does as a lefty is when I'm like right here, that little spot is pushing on my thumb. Does it hurt? No. It's kind of just annoying. You get in here to go that open, and if that 1/16 of an inch wasn't there, my thumb would just be resting flat and it would be fine. But sometimes when you get in there and you go like this, I can hold it like this for a few seconds and then let go, and you can see this dent right there, that little line dent, just from holding it for like 5 seconds. So it's like kind of one of those things, if you were to sit there and just flick it open over and over and over again, after 10 minutes or so, you'd be like, ugh, I'm developing a dent. So again, I'm not really, yeah, since you're a righty, you don't notice. But yeah, Pete, put it in your left hand and flick it open and just go like that. And you'll kind of feel it on your thumb right there. Yeah, we could go in and I could, the way that clip is designed, you could probably round that off, but it's not that big a deal, especially if I'm just carrying it. It's in my pocket. I take it out and I just open it one time. It's just kind of more of that fidget factor. Right when I got it, I kept opening it and opening it and opening it. I was like, ew, I'm getting a little dent on my thumb right there. But it's not the way it feels when it's open and in use and cuts. It 100% you feel it, right? It's literally just sits right in that spot just enough to just be moderately. Really cool knife though. Definitely one of my favorites. No doubt about it. So Laid Off Pete, since you got here, this is my other newest one that I'm really happy about. Let me get my Devos out of the way here. This is the Romet Meteor. So you have the bolster lock here, but you also have the button lock. So you can use it as a button, or you can use it with the bolster lock. We got the front flipper. We got the flick out, the righty drop with the bolster, or the righty button. I love it. This is fantastic. Super cool knife. This was from Fred's collection, and I was like, Fred. And he's like, yeah, that one's for sale. I'm like, I'll take it. I'll take it. I only have one Benchmade in my ownership. I have 2 in possession, but I only have one that I own, Thomas. It's this one right here. The Benchmade tagged out. This is the standard issue tag out from like 2 or 3 years ago. Good knife. I would say what would make me love this knife is to get some titanium custom scales for it. It's too light. Romet just dropped that Two-Face. Yeah, that one's really nice, B Shady. Romet's really dropping some bombs right now. How many knives is too many? Hoarders Buried Alive, Knives Edition. Well, I'm at 400-ish. So I do love the feel of the tagged out. I don't like the weight. If these were titanium scales exactly the same with the texture, it would be much cooler. I also noticed that I have rock. Like this doesn't lock out tight. Like I have a little bit of, like if I hold that a little tighter, it makes the blade tighter, but it's got the slightest bit of rock to it, but it does flick out nice. Action on it is good. Way better than a bug out. And the reason I say that, and I have 2 in possession right now, is because I have Kevin Smith and Knives, probably the nicest bug out I've ever seen, although I'm not a fan of the bug out. This one is about as cool as it gets. Got that nice insert on there, but look at this drop. It's like, come on. Can't swing it out, barely. Got to really whip it to get it to go. Got it. Just don't like the bug out. I don't really care for, I think that the butterfly tax is too high. They just overcharge for these knives. I would consider an Osborne. And if I one day I may get some heavy titanium. I don't like this light crap. It's just too light. Is that the VK Navi or VK Void? I have the VK Zame and the VK Zen. This is the VK Zen DLC that I don't even like opening. It only has a thumb set on one side. I actually really don't like this knife at all, but it is DLC coded. And then this one is the Zame Shark. But look at this crazy integral. So there's a screw hole right there for the clip, but then it's a nice one-piece integral, and then you have these caps that we don't know how to remove, but you can't get to the pivot. There's no screws. No screws visible anywhere. No, these are Fred's. So Fred sent me these 2 Poikilos and this Spark fidgety. The fidgety Spark. So just a couple knives that I got from Fred. All I wanted to do was open these up, talk about them a little bit, and then I had to get rolling. And here we are at dang near 2 hours. How did that happen? How did that happen? That's my Said Stevie bug out from Benchmade. That's right, Kevin. It is. And if you love it, you love it. Whoever loves what they love, that's fine. I do really like the shape of this. I just wish it didn't rock. I wonder if I have to send that to Benchmade to get them to fix it. Or maybe it'll fix itself if I put new scales on it. But if I put new scales on it, then I can't send it to Benchmade anymore. Is that the case? So I'd probably almost have to send it to them first. Pay them to fix it so that it doesn't have this rock. It's dumb. I got rock? Come on. Really? Really? Kershaw Bel Air is absolute Benchmade bug out killer. Just got the Kershaw Bel Air clip point with the green micarta scales. I really like the Osborne that Tri-State reviewed today. Yeah, that Osborne with that reblade. Someone, I can't remember who, but they put a different blade on it. And it's wild looking. Doing your 2 shipwrecks tonight? I should do that. I'm going to do some shipwrecks this weekend. I've had these sitting here. Last chance. What do you think? So I'm going to shipwreck the copper one. When I put it back together, I can put it back together just like this. Or I could swap out the black hardware. Or I could swap out the black hardware and the Damascus blade. Or I could swap out just the Damascus blade and leave the silver hardware. Last chance. What do you think? Rock isn't good for you. Nobody wants a rock. What are you shipwrecking, Mick? I also will probably do this pen. Nice little brass twist off. Little pen. But yeah. Yes and or yes. 102 hours. I don't understand. Shaman scales and Elementum scales. Excellent. Send me pics. I want to see how they turned out. Soy sauce. Throw a little soy sauce in there. Little soy sauce. Okay, I gotta go. I don't know how I got to 2 hours. This is wild stuff. It's because you all are so special to me, and here we are, and I didn't realize that I was gonna ramble and talk about stuff for that long. But thank you all so much for hanging out. Appreciate all of you. Probably see you for some coffee tomorrow morning before TKE's live. Have a great weekend. Mess around with some knives. Don't get yourself